The woman came home to see clothes on the ground, and immediately knew what her husband had done. But she didn't make a fuss, and stood by the bed calmly. She called the girl who hasn't woken up yet. "Hey, you can go home now." After she panicked and ran away, Hae-young acted as if nothing happened. She put new clothes on the bed, told her husband to go to work. Did this rich married woman have such great endurance? After she has done everything, Hae-young was like a dog running to her mother-in-law. "Have you finished washing the clothes for my son yet?" "Yes." "Did he go to work yet?" "Yes." Then her mother-in-law told her, families liked them. It was common for men to have other women. Just do what she should do. Hae-young just had to endure it silently. Because she has nothing, she could only give birth to 2 daughters to her husband's family. Her status in the family was not equal to that of a maid. Every day, besides serving her husband, she also cooks for her father-in-law. Because her mother-in-law wanted to eat sushi in the morning. So Hae-young had to get up at 3 a.m., drove for a few hours to the sea to buy fresh food. When she put the food on the table, the mother-in-law only feeds her family and herself but doesn't leave any food for Hae-young. "Today my brother-in-law's fiancé came to have dinner. Hae-young not only brought tea and poured water for them, but also prepared dinner for the whole family. When eating, just because the daughter talked to guests but refused to eat quietly. So her father-in-law cursed and made the daughter cry. Hae-young got scared and quickly took his daughter away. After comforting her child, she didn't have time to eat, but had to go to the kitchen to wash the dishes. After finishing, she went to the garden to serve her mother-in-law to drink tea. She started to criticize Hae-young. "Why couldn't you have your children teach? I will soon kick you out." Hae-young didn't react after listening to it. Made her mother-in-law unhappy. "Why didn't you say anything?" "Yes, I understand." Scat. Now Hae-young dared to leave. But after listening to her husband talking on the phone, she decided not to hold back anymore. The woman who got married to a rich man must endure all kinds of things. She didn't expect it to be full of curse words. Just because she had a poor background. And she gave birth to 2 daughters. The humble status was even worse than the servant. She even has to be sneaky when visiting her biological mother. Such life went on for 7 years. She could only rely on boxing to vent her anger. But when she heard her husband and mother-in-law said that they wanted to kick her and her daughters out of the house, Hae-young decided not to hold back anymore. She told her father-in-law about her husband and mother-in-law. About using company assets secretly. He immediately got into a frenzy. He not only hit her mother-in-law, but he also fired his son from the company. The next day, her father-in-law called Hae-young to talk. He said her performance in the past 7 years made him very satisfied. So he decided to let her give up all the housework, and go to the company to help him. Hae-young finally waited for this day. She was extremely excited inside. She promised to make every effort to help her father-in-law. When her mother-in-law found out that Hae-young left all the housework to go to work, she was very angry. She cursed her for being shameless. Also secretly talking badly about Hae-young to her husband. "Daughter-in-law comes from such a humble background, but you want to foster her. She's not even my daughter, she's just an outsider. I don't see her as qualified to enter the company." After listening to this, Hae-young decided not to hold back anymore. She wanted to start revenging. First day at work, she stood in front of everyone, sat in the car with her father-in-law to the company. To prove her ability, Hae-young told her father-in-law to let her manage the company's loss-making hotel chain. Just when her father-in-law also wanted to see her ability, he agreed happily. "If you can make the hotel in the top 10 in our country, I will give you 10% of the company shares." Hae-young took this task. She went to a luxury hotel, looked at the large office. The first thing she did was cancel the VIP card that her mother-in-law gave her friends, to make her lose all face. Then she met the chief financial officer, told her to recover all the money that her mother-in-law's friend owed. But this person almost made her have no way back. The woman saw her husband in front of her child and kissed the tutor. So she got angry and came to talk. She told him to pay attention to his image, and not to affect the child. But her husband not only didn't repent but also hit her, causing her to hit her head on the cupboard and bleed. Her mother-in-law knew all, but she not only didn't care. She even told her to wear a hat to help her husband pull the ballots. Hae-young was angry but still forced to smile. She said that her husband was an honest person. In fact, all of them were her mother-in-law playing games behind her. Hae-young thought the chief financial officer was his father-in-law's underling. So she asked her to collect the debt of her mother-in-law's friend. But she didn't expect this person to talk about Hae-young firing the acquaintances of his father-in-law to his mother-in-law. She was angry and wanted to kick Hae-young and her daughters out of the house. Fortunately, her father-in-law was able to stop it in time. The next day, when Hae-young arrived at the hotel, she hit the chief financial officer on the head and fired her. Her mother-in-law couldn't fight Hae-young at the hotel, so she called her son's mistress to come home and tutor Hae-young's daughter. Then forced her to quit her job. "Even though I find tutors for the kids, you still don't feel secure. Then don't go to work. Hae Young met the tutor and slapped her. The next day, Hae Young met her lawyer. She told him to investigate the details of her husband's family background. She discovered this tutor colluded with her husband and her mother-in-law to sell paintings. This illegal act would destroy the whole family. Hae Young told this to her father-in-law. When he found out, he smashed the pictures and hit his son. After being hit by his father, he went back to his room and turned into a madman. He slapped Hae Young in the face. "You dared to tell my father, making me and my mother suffer like this." Hae Young thought that even though she got slapped, but being able to make that tutor cut off all ties with everyone was worth it. But Hae Young didn't know that the younger brother she loves the most was now sitting in the tutor's car.